to go in. That is the... Everybody in the world touched the pad and it should be used. So I've got the, let's take a little... Now then crew, and welcome to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. And yes, it's been a few weeks, and also, yes, I'm sorry. I've been away on the road visiting all the dealers around New Zealand for Yamaha, where I work. So this is a little bit of a different video. As part of my work, at this point in time, I'm having to choose a bonding agent. I can't tell you what it's for, but I thought, well, actually this could make a pretty cool video. It's a bit different to what I normally do. And I've got essentially two different types of like a two-pack adhesive. One is known as Araldite, and this stuff's pretty cheap, about 16 New Zealand dollars per tube. And it's just, you know, it's made up of two different liquids, which of course you mix together, and then you can glue stuff together with it. And I remember that my dad used to use this when I was a kid, and I recognise the smell. So it's Araldite. We all know what Araldite is. So we've got that one, and now we've also got a top of the range adhesive, which is made by 3M, and this comes with a posh applicator and sort of mixing tubes and stuff, and you'll see all that. And you can actually, with these, you can actually vary the ratio of how much of each liquid is mixed together. It's really complicated and very, very clever. And I have used both of them already because I've done what I needed to do. But we've got here, this is the bonding agent that I was told to use for the particular application, which is essentially metal on metal. And so like I said, that one's $16. This one, which you've got to buy the applicator, which is this gun type thing here, and you get different sort of, you know, ratio things that go in the gun. You'll see how that works, and I think that's the 50-50 one, 1-to-1. Yeah, there we go, look, 1-to-1 on the back of there. And there's another one there which is, that's 2-to-1. You can see that on the back there, look, 2-to-1. And, oh golly, that one is for the 10-to-1 tubes. Now you may say, well, hang on a minute, Andy, they both go at the same time, it's all one piece. They do, but the actual tubes, well, I'm getting mixed up now. The actual tubes, when you buy them, this one is the same diameter for both liquids, the same size syringe, so to speak. When you buy the 10-to-1, then the syringe, you know, for the one part is obviously 10% the volume of the other. So both syringes get pushed at the same speed, but of course you only get 10% of the volume of the you know, the lesser fluid out at the end. Okay, so the plan is to do a test. So yeah, I can hear you all saying, shut up Andy, get on with it. Okay, so I was rummaging around the workshop and trying to come up with something that I thought was feasible to use as a test, and I found these little metal brackets which are used for the Regio holders that you get given when you go and buy Regio at VTNZ or the AA or somewhere. And I thought what we'll do is we'll just bond these together like that, and then we've got a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom, so they'll be, hopefully when they're all done, they'll be glued together like that. So it's a set surface area, so it's a fair comparison. And then we can basically hang one end from the rafters, and we can start to load this end up with more and more weights, and eventually it's going to break the bond, and it's going to go plummeting to the ground and make a big dent in the concrete floor probably. And so I've got two pairs, luckily I had 4 of these. I've got another pair there, look. So we can do one pair glued with the cheapest glue that I could find, cheapest Araldite, $16 for you know, a tube, and then pretty much the most expensive one on the market, which is made by 3M. And we're just going to compare and see what the difference is in strength between these two products, and then I'll know which one to use for my job. So this video is going to be in 2 parts. The first part is going to be applying the glue. I've got to leave it for 24 hours to set. Sure enough, it does say that, you know, within 5 minutes it has set, but it's not at full strength. That's for the cheap one. The 3M product, what does it say on here? I think it does really. Full strength achieved. "20 minutes it's supposed to set." It doesn't actually say when full strength is achieved. 5-minute work life, so that's okay. It's not going to go hard for the first 5 minutes. Okay, well, as long as I don't glue my fingers together, we'll be alright. So we'll give them a fair 24-hour test. This time tomorrow, I'll do the second part of the video, and we'll load up the two. We'll do the cheap one first, then we'll do the expensive one, and we'll see which one wins. And I mean, you know, it should really be the 3M product that wins, hands down, given the difference in cost. And the applicator is the biggest chunk. I think that was about $125 just for the applicator. But of course, with a cheap one, you get the applicator with it. So you wouldn't need to buy this. So I think we should include that in the cost. I think it's only fair, because without it, the 3M stuff is worthless. Okay, so without further ado, let's get some glue mixed up and get it applied. Oh, one last thing. On the 3M one, you get these really posh sort of nozzly things, which the glue, you can't really see on the camera very well, but the glue has to basically, it spirals down through lots of like little steps and stuff inside there, and that sort of mixes it. So when it comes out at the end, it's already mixed. Whereas with the cheap one, we need to use a little mixer and mix it by hand, but man, that doesn't cost anything, does it? Okay, right, here we go. Right, bit of clean cardboard. I'm trying to be as scientific as possible about this. We'll just plonk a bit of that on there, just squeeze it out, and you can see it comes out at the same speed. And I used this morning, so there we are, look. It's actually quite easy to not push them through evenly. That's probably enough. There we go. Stick that back on the end. Hopefully I got it around. Otherwise it'll be stuck on. Right, now we've got to mix this stuff up. So I thought I'll just use one of the actual bars just to mix it. I don't need a great deal. Okay, well, it says to apply the mixture to both surfaces, so that's pretty fair to say that both surfaces, well, get a nice even mixture on it. They've both got glue on them. Okay, well, all we need to do now is just line them up, and if I line the holes up, then we know that the surface area being used or covered by the glue that's in contact between the two pieces of metal is in fact the same. I think. Very easy, tiger. This is where Andy glues his fingers together. That is pretty good. So we'll leave that on there as it moves around all over the place. It's pretty fluid. Just make sure it's level. Cool. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So now we'll move this out of the way. And in actual fact, before we do that, we better label it up. Which one's which? So that one is the Araldite. Jeez! Oh. And it's moved again. Damn. This is a lot harder than I originally planned. Okay. Hey, it's all good fun, isn't it? All in the name of science. Right, so we'll plonk that over to one side. We'll get our next one. And, sticky fingers now. And we'll get rigged up with the 3M product. Right, so we've got the 3M DMA 50 gun, and we've got the 1-to-1 ratio sort of insert that goes in there. That pops in. You've got to push that up first to get it to go in. And then we've got it fit. It's a while since I've done this actually. Now, I think that goes that way around. There we go. Like that. And you can push that down. That locks into place. We can take the end cap off. And we can fit one of these use once little tubey things, and they just sort of twizzle and lock into place, which is pretty cool. And then this is supposed to be pre-mixed, so we should really be able to put it straight onto the metal. That's the plan, Stan. Right, now one thing, direction for use, one thing is just double check, do we put it on both sides like the other one? Store adhesive cartridges, thoroughly clean and prepare all surfaces. Well, I've done that. Place dual package, yep, done that. Remove the cap, dispense and discard a small amount of adhesive to ensure the ratio is even and free flow. Clear orifice to attach mixing, yeah, okay. Apply adhesive to clean surfaces. So you put it on both sides. Join parts and secure until adhesive sets. Right. Okay, so onto both surfaces. So we can put it onto one and then stick it onto the other, and you can see, look, you can see it going down the little tube. It's bloody good. Probably onto my hand in a second. Look at that. Right, ready for application. Okay, that's probably enough on there. Get rid of the old gun, sort that out in a minute. Right, just give it a bit of a spread between the two components. It's probably not very scientific as this, but anyway, it's good fun. And I mean, there needs to be a massive difference between bonding ability for $16 compared to a $200 component. So we'll plonk that on there, exactly the same as the other one. Make sure it's level. It's just not sitting level. Let's try it like that. Tell you what, I'm going to use some ball grips because it says to clamp, and that way we can guarantee that we're right, can't we? Nothing like a live video. Okay, time to get my fingers really sticky now. Shit, I can see a trip to the A&E shortly. Okay, well that one's that bonded, so we'll leave that on there. And that's a 3M product. And we'll go back, it was a couple minutes ago, and we'll clamp the other one. It did say a 5-minute work time, so we're well within that. Okay, it's actually pretty good actually already. There we go. Right, perfect. So we'll leave that one on there. Hopefully it won't stick to the cardboard. Okay, the deed is done. I'm not a master gluer, you can tell that. But that's the 3M one there, look. Okay, and that one is the cheap, much cheaper Araldite product. And they're both pretty much being glued the same way, and it's the same surface area, it's the same steel, it's the same zinc coating. So I've tried to be consistent between the two different types. And sure, there's lots of other products out there which are, you know, anywhere between $15 or $16 for the basic stuff, maybe even cheaper actually, right up to this top end 3M product. And you know, I'm just really curious as to which one of these two is A, going to be the strongest. It should be this one here, but it's going to have to be massively stronger than this one to really justify that extra cost. And I mean, sure enough, the applicator was really cool. I mean, I actually I found this very, very simple to use, but it's probably a bit of overkill for most people. If you're using it every day, brilliant. For most people, just using it every now and again, way too expensive. Ooh. Listen to that. That is Benjamin on his TDR. Okay, I'm going to cut you loose. So down in the comments, write your comments. Tell me which of these two bonding agents, which of these two glues you think is going to carry the most weight when suspended. Okay, crew, if you want to subscribe to the channel, click on subscribe, and you'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click the gear icon, and then you can tick the box to turn on notifications. You'll also find me on Facebook, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals, but first point of contact through the comments on YouTube, please, because that's where the videos are. Okay, crew, until tomorrow, over and out. Cheers.